Thank you very much for sticking around for our Medical Monday interview. The new RMH is open. It is going in full swing right now, and I'm joined right now by Dr. Ganesh Kinney, and he's going to tell us a little about those safety improvements, harping on the same safety etiquette, but this makes it a little easier, pretty much, right?
Yes, the facility is built with safety in mind.
Yeah.
At RMH, patient safety is priority number one. And the new building is designed to make safety practice easier. Okay? So if you see the first slide that is coming up, the medications that a patient's going to take are in the patient's room in a locked cabinet. Before we had a system where there's a big box that has everybody's medications and they're taken out as needed. Here, it's in the individual patient's room, so the odds of medication errors decrease.
Yeah. Okay, so that's very easy. And the next one then is lipless bathroom. You said one of the biggest things are people falling.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And whenever there are cords on the floor or there are lips in the bathroom, those are the places where people fall. If you look at this bathroom here, there's no lip between the patient room and the bathroom, and then if you see to the right, the shower doesn't have a lip either, so it's a one smooth floor.
Just a seamless floor. That sounds good. And then also the next picture shows us then on the beds themselves.
Okay, yes. And if you notice that next to the bed on the left-hand side, there's a railing, and below that is a safety light. This light is designed to guide the patient if they get up in the middle of the night when the rest of the lights are turned down, and then they have a handlebar there to hold on to.
Okay, and the light's shining down, obviously, so
yes,
it's not going to wake the patient up.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
Okay, and then speaking also of those beds, there's controls now, too, that help monitor their movements patients-wise, right?
Yes, if you look at that, there's a small circles on each of them. If I'm not supposed to sit up in bed, and I do, that will alarm the nurse. Same thing, if I get off the bed, there's a different one. So at different levels of activity, when we have a patient in the hospital, we determine level of activity. Okay. And those beds help that.
And that'll be great, too. You said, I remember I was talking to Holly, even on the cell phone.
Yes.
So they'll get it right away. So it's very, very nice, very safe there. And speaking of safety, as far as tripping, you were talking about, wires could be a problem.
Right. If you see, that thing hanging from the ceiling is what we call a boom. All the equipment is on that boom, and the wires come from the top. So notice there are no wires hanging around on the floors. So again, this is another safety feature where the chances of tripping and falling are decreased.
Okay, and then moving from inside to outside of the building.
Yes.
There are also phones?
Yes. In the entire parking lot at different places, you can see there's this blue post which has a phone on it. If you have an emergency, you can just call and you'll get help immediately.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, if you have any questions at all for Dr. Ganesh Kinney, you can contact him at the number right there on your screen, 540-689-1000. Thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
It's nice to see that safety is such a high priority at the new hospital. Before we go, let's take a look at the live weather radar picture, and Mallory